And now, it's time for the thing of the week with my two guests here. Now, the thing of the week this week, it's computers. I like computers. We use a computer with us in the studio. So now I'm going to be talking to my two guests. Gentlemen, if you'd like to introduce yourselves.
All right. Hey, I'm Stevman Brumpis, Steve for short, and I'm co-founder of Whysst.
My name is Carl McFlungo, and I am the other co-founder of Whysst.
All right. Did you say wisp?
Whysst with a T.
Whisk?
Whysst.
Wisp?
Whysst. Like with a there's a Y in there, couple S's.
Wisp?
And then a T at the end? I
Yeah.
think that's the part that you seem to be ignoring.
Whist.
It's like think John Wick, but if there was a instead of a CK, there was a st.
Whist.
Yes.
There's a okay.
Yeah, we called the company that because we thought it would be easy to say, but we look like fools.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy.
I don't know about this guy.
Okay. Well, So, let's talk about computers for a little bit.
Yes, let's.
How were computers invented? Who invented the first computer?
Well, so a lot of people, know Bill Gates as a big computer man. You know, he's the big dad to all the little computers out there.
Mm-hmm.
I subscribe to a different theory, and it's a little bit more controversial. So I hope I can talk about it. It's the alien computer theory.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that computers came to us. They brought themselves to us to help us out as a species. And that, you know the Great Pyramids?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I believe that those are actually real-time 3D renders happening, in air. And that at the center of each one is one of the original computers. And that people have harvested that power and copied it into, smaller forms, your smartphone, your PC, all that.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. So, let me ask you a little bit about your company. So, how did Whysst get started? Yeah, Carl and Steve. How'd you start?
All right. Well, we really have the classic startup story. Everybody talks about how Apple was started in a garage. We wanted to go the same route. So I remember Carl and I were walking around.
That's me.
Yeah, around beautiful California.
The entire state.
Yeah, we walked up and down, just hauling our big computers.
Hall and Oates.
Hall and Oates, and we were just looking for a garage. We had garages, but they were too small, below the minimum size. And by the Garage Occupation Act, passed in California to encourage startups, we could claim any garage that was open. So we found one. It was a large 2-car garage, and we occupied it. And the owners weren't happy, but let me tell you, after we launched our company and went public, the public sure was.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, now let me ask you, coming off of that, what's your favorite kind of garage, and do you have a favorite name for a garage?
So I like the kind that have the.
Can you move a little
yeah.
closer?
I like the kind that have like a flap at the bottom, so that like small animals can like come in and out, and you can have like a small nest of just wild animals that just live in your garage. I find it helps me whenever I'm actually like working to have just a whole bunch of wild animals just running around in my workspace, just pooping on everything.
Yeah, Carl's a big animal man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and as my favorite name for a garage, probably Small Firehouse.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a beautiful name.
My personal one is my garage name is Bobo.
Hmm.
It's more of my my wife's pet name for the garage, but we go along with it.
Yeah, he's married.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you have garages at Whysst?
It's almost completely made up of garages. Our entire campus.
Of course. I mean, garages are the lifeblood of the tech industry. And a lot of people will tell you that. We use them, we have them scattered all across campus. We use them as incubators for startups. Some of them are actually literal incubators.
They're
because,
really hot. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, we fund a lot of animal, husbandry related startups. So some of them are incubators.
I'm in charge of most of that.
Yeah,
so.
he's the animal man.
Wow. So now let's get back to computers for a little bit. What are computers made out of? I've always wondered this. What do they use to make the computer? Why is it so bright?
So, I think you're more of the expert in this area, but from what I know, we've spent the past several years, almost since the company was founded, actually trying to figure out what computers are made of.
Yeah.
And this is kind of your thing, but so far all we've managed to find is that they are made up of chips.
Chips, right? Chips are chips make up the brain of the computer. In layman's terms, and chips. We've been investigating them. We have our biggest garage on the chip situation, our chip research division, and we found out that most of the chips in computers really are just housings. They contain smaller chips, and those chips contain smaller chips. So we're trying to figure out what the smallest chip really contains.
Yeah. So far we've gone down about maybe 50 levels, and it's just smaller and smaller chips.
Chips
every
all
time.
the way down.
When I'm my favorite kind of chips are sour cream and onion. So what I like to do when I get home after a long day, I like to go to the corner store. I'll pick up a big bag of sour cream and onion chips, and I'll sit on the couch and I'll eat straight through the bag. I won't do anything else. I'll just sit there and eat chips, and I have to put the chips in like a kind of like a locked cupboard. It's locked with 3 padlocks because I can't give my kids sour cream and onion chips anymore. Not after what happened last time. My ex-wife doesn't let them have chips either, so I have to constantly be devising newer ways to stop the kids from getting into the chips.
Right. We have to lock our chips up too. It's a kind of similar. We're not locking people out of the chips though. We're locking the chips in
to people.
Because we've been researching what makes chips delicious and also what makes them good at computing, and we found that the answer is usually sentience. So once you put life into a chip, it doesn't want to live in a bag. So that's a problem I encounter on a daily basis as well.
So you also have to be constantly devising new ways to secure the chips.
Yeah, we've tried locks, other locks, different types of locks.
Is it dangerous if the chips get out? Should we be worried?
So there have been a few cases where if you let these chips sort of develop on their own, not only will they gain a thought process, as it were, but they will also grow limbs, and they will be able to just run right on out of there. And they're usually extremely fast. On average, they grow about 4 legs, which is usually how you can tell that that's a computer chip,
Right?
because it has 4 legs.
Little chipling.
Yeah,
Chips have 4 legs.
because it has 4 legs, and they will go running if you spook them.
Yeah.
So we use a this system to make sure that they don't get spooked. And essentially, we throw rocks at them because they like the sound of the rocks as they clatter across the ground, and it helps calm them down.
Yeah. Wow. That's fantastic. So where is Whysst? Where is it located?
We don't know.
We don't know, and we probably wouldn't be authorized to tell you.
I know that whenever we created this company, that was part of it, is we didn't want to know where we worked, because the whole thing is, once you understand that where you're working is a workplace, everything you do automatically becomes work. So we must have at some point in time, I don't remember because I think we wiped our own brains.
Yeah.
We put the company somewhere. What you have to do is you have to somehow just like lose your consciousness in the morning, and then you just wake up there, and that just seems to be how it works. If there's some kind of squad that we employ that picks up everybody once they've lost consciousness and then takes them there, we don't know. But I'm sure it's for security reasons that we probably foresaw.
Yeah.
Wow. That's all very clandestine. It's very secret agent. So now I want to ask you about something that's been making a big sweep through the news. It's like a lifestyle philosophy diet that you've created that you call the Computer Synthesis Network Life. And for those of you who are listening who don't know, the basic tenet of the Computer Synthesis Network lifestyle is that you shouldn't put anything into your body that you wouldn't also put into your computer, and you shouldn't put anything into your computer that you wouldn't want to go into your body. So talk to us about that for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of our big projects here at Whysst, because we're not only interested in improving the lives of people through computing, but we're interested in directly influencing public health. We're always trying to make big strides in that.
Yes.
And so this system really, it's kind of a reversal, of the dynamic between computer and user.
Yeah. So what we do is we try to treat our systems like they are humans, and the way we do that is we take humans and we put them into our systems. We chop them up into little tiny pieces and we put them into the chips, and so you have this human computer synthesis that I think really unlocks all the power that we can get out of this sort of technology, and it promotes human health.
Yeah, and really, like, the building blocks of the diet are you as the user begin consuming chips, computer chips, so that you can more easily synchronize, with your computer, and you start giving your computer human food so that it one day may become flesh.
Yes.
So the human becomes a computer, and the computer becomes a human.
Yes, and then essentially from there, the cycle sort of starts all over again. So then we take all of the human computer chips and we put them back into human beings, and that sort of incubates the next round of humans that we then put into the chips.
So it's like a cycle.
Yes.
Wow. So now I'd like to ask you. So you both put out an album called "Fun." The fun music jams of Whysst. It talk to us about that.
So I'm gonna just sort of come right out and say that the album title is a bit misleading. For me personally, at least, it was not fun at all. It was a bit of a process, but it was an experiment for me, at least, to see if you could probably take wild animals and combine them with computers in the same way that we do with humans, and we got this sort of weird but very interesting nature soundtrack. It was very it was very hollow and very sort of haunting and very ghostly. Not the kind of it's not the kind of music that I usually listen to, and I was upset because I had to kill animals the entire time. But I'm sure there's a law that says I can do that. Right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I think as long as they're playing instruments,
They were the instruments.
they were playing each other,
Yes.
playing themselves.
Okay. So, how do you guys feel about the album received a 1.5 from Pitchfork?
That was a 1.5 out of 1.6, right?
No.
Oh.
It was a one. It was a 1. They rate on a 10 scale, so it was 1.5 out of 10.
Well, art is subjective,
Yeah.
and they're probably objectively wrong. I don't think they probably don't actually have ears, so I doubt they even heard the album.
I mean, can pitchforks operate computers, or have we gotten have we finished our research on that?
So I've done a few tests where I've just thrown pitchforks at computers, and despite them screaming, there's not much else that happens.
The pitchforks or the computers?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. So, as we continue, I would like to remind everyone listening that the opinions expressed on this broadcast are not the opinions of the Board of Trustees, the union, the president, or anyone but us. So, now I'd like to talk to you guys about some of your you've done
Yeah.
philanthropy
It's a big word.
philanthropy work.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, is that right?
Flange.
We've done phalange work.
Philanthropy work.
Philanthropy.
That
That's
doesn't
it.
end. That doesn't end with a sound, right?
Philanthropist. Whysst. you
Okay,
know.
That's
so
the name of
you're
the program.
So
Yeah.
you're the Whysst Philanthropist Program.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yes.
So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so that's another thing we're really proud of at Whysst. Again, we're all, our main goal is working towards the public good, in any way that we can. So we've actually gone on several expeditions to Cambodia, and we've been hunting a species of man-eating spider that lives there, and we're working on first of all cutting down the man-eating spider population because it is definitely affecting the economy of Cambodia, and
Yeah. There's currently no human residents there. It's just the spiders.
Yeah.
So they don't have an economy.
It's an all spider. It's ruled by spiders.
it's a spider community.
It's
I mean,
more or
a
less.
spider. It's a spider world.
it is a spider.
It's
world.
a spider brawl pit.
Yeah,
Is what it is. It's a free for all.
it's
Wow.
a fun time.
That's incredible.
But yeah, we're working on collecting and using them for our research because as we were talking about before, when chips become sentient, they have 4 legs.
Yes, 4 legs.
and so spiders, we can double our processing power.
Because they have 8 legs.
Right.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
if we take one of the spiders there and we throw one computer at it, which then chops the spider in half, cumulatively we get 3 computers out of that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good
wow.
deal.
Which
Wait,
is
you get-
so
But it's two chips.
Yeah.
But it's 3.
Well, we get 2 new chips, and we
new chips.
recycle the
You
computer that we
recycle
threw
so
at
the
it.
computer. So the computer stays intact when you throw it.
yes.
Yeah, we build
It-
durable machines.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we're all about ruggedized enterprise synergistic solutions.
Yes.
Wow.
Also, once we take these spiders and we make them into computers, we are clearing out large plots of land that then people can go and work, and just by the people being there, there is an economy that comes out of that. So no matter what we do, we are helping this country.
Yeah, we're all about job creation
Yes.
here at Whysst.
Wow.
we also have a program that comes out of that as well, where we work with maximum security prisons across the entire world, and these prisoners can go and hunt down these giant man-eating spiders for us. And we have a system worked out where if they kill something like 10 spiders, then they gain their freedom and they get to come work for us as spider hunters. So they're immediately sent right back in.
Yeah.
So they're just right back in the thick of it,
Mhm.
throwing computers at the spiders.
Yep. But now they have a source of income,
Now they're rehabilitated.
and they're cured of
They're
crime.
Yeah.
wow. That's really beautiful.
We think so.
I'd like to thank both of you for doing that.
I'd like to thank us as well.
Yeah.
So in a little bit, we're gonna get into the troubleshooting section. I know some of our listeners have sent in a couple questions to ask you about computers, but I'd like to ask, are there any new things that you're working on?
Well, here at Whysst, we're working on a lot of different types of projects. One of my favorite projects it's really a fun thing for me. We're working on changing the flavors of our chips, because right now we're locked in, flavor-wise to what the human tongue can perceive. So we're working on extra dimensional flavors.
Wow.
That can actually push the processing power of the human brain, so that we can taste more. That's our objective. Do more.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and from my side of things, I'm trying to work on making Steve here into just a more enjoyable human being as is.
Wow.
He's kind of a jerk as of right now, but
Yeah, I mean, I think it's getting better.
but
Okay.
but compared to where we were when we started this whole thing, I think he's improved, and I'm
Yeah.
proud of that.
Yeah, I agree.
So much hullabaloo has been made about a couple weeks ago, when the two of you went out into the desert with the CEO of Google, and nothing but the clothes on your back and an Oculus Rift prototype. So talk to us about that experience, because you were there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so that was a strange experience, because as you said, it happened a few weeks ago, and the fact that we had a prototype of the Oculus, which was released to the consumer, I believe sometime last year, was kind of strange. So I think there was some kind of time dilation that happened there, where the both of us thought that it was amazing, and I don't know if it was just because we were late to the table, or if Lucky just lied to us.
Yeah, but I mean, it was really meant to demonstrate, the potential of VR as a vector for vision quests, and I think it did a pretty good job. I saw.
Yeah, like when you're walking in the desert and you feel like crap and you think you're gonna die, you can put on the headset, and it's an instant source of shade for your eyes.
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
That is fantastic.
It lets you sleep during the day because it blocks out the sun.
It blocks out
Yeah.
the sun. That's right.
And at night, if you put it on and you sleep, there's no danger of being killed by some kind of wild animal, because they can't get at your eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's really what that trip proved. The CEO of Google was there because, as you know, we had a lot of questions about the place that we were in, and we could ask him anything.
Yeah, we were searching, and I was feeling lucky, and Lucky was uncomfortable, but he was. But by the end of the night, we were all into it.
Yeah, I mean he
Who's lucky?
the man who invented VR.
The computer man, one of the computer men.
The computer man.
Yes.
Yes.
Plural. So there are multiple
And
computer men.
just I guess as a little teaser to all of you who might be following us out there, there may or may not be a Whysst VR product that will be
Wow.
coming soon.
Yeah. So get excited.
Yeah. So now I'd like to ask you fellas. So with the computer, so there's the screen, but it has to stay attached to like a box somewhere. Why is that? Why does the computer need the box part and not just the screen?
Well, the box is there really as a safety protocol. Because in our machines we use really high quality chips, and these chips are they're very active. They're running around inside that box, and we just want to make sure that they don't get out, both for user convenience and user safety.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're trying to work on ways to separate the screen, manifested outside of the box. But we really safety is our number one concern.
Wow. Okay. All right. So before we go and we get back to the music, I'd just like to ask you both. There was an incident a little while ago at South by Southwest where you ran into you both bumped into Mark Zuckerberg, and you called him the Wizard of all garbage, and then he says that you punched him in the face and took his clothes, leaving him with only his shoes and underwear. Can you talk to us about that?
I've never been to Texas.
Mark knows what he did. He's marked for death, Zuckerberg, right now.
Wow. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you both for coming on the show. And, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, great. So, we're going to get right back into the music in a little bit. So, stay tuned, listeners. Thank you.